Hello, Eric.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How you been?
Oh, all right. Just out here playing, doing a little tour. Everything's going well. Thanks.
Great, great to hear. Glad to hear you're on the road, and yeah, really looking forward to seeing you. The last time we actually spoke, and I saw you play was your first time out just after the pandemic, when things started to
Yeah,
loosen up a bit. So it's been a little while, and
yeah,
certainly happy to announce that you're going to bring the Texaphonic Tour 2026 to the House of Blues on Thursday, April 23rd, right here in downtown Dallas, which is pretty much right around the corner.
yeah. Just a couple of days away. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, most definitely. How you feeling these days? How are things going?
Well, yeah, just working on new music and enjoying getting out on the road. And we have a six-song EP coming out this fall, so we finished that and excited about that. And yeah, going to Europe this summer and just kind of doing our thing, just having fun playing.
Now you've always blended so many influences: rock, blues, jazz, classical. Um, but it never kind of feels stitched together, you know? I mean, when you're writing or improvising, how do those worlds come together for you?
I think it's just I just love music and I was drawn to guitar music and I think in an early age my dad played all styles of music and so I kind of taught me to appreciate the integrity of good music regardless of what style it is and it's really the energy and the spirit behind it. So I was just drawn to all of it and it's been fun for me just to stay open and learn from all these different styles and try to figure out a way to kind of just put a collage of it all together and basically just be guitar music, more than just a particular style of music.
hmm Now, when I hear the word precision, I mean, you always come to mind because, a lot of people talk about your precision like it's almost supernatural, you know? I mean, I'm curious how your practice routine has changed over the years. Are you still as structured, maybe as you were early on, or has it become more intuitive?
No, well, I think it does become intuitive, but as long as you get out of the way of yourself, But
hmm
I think the practicing is really important, and I have to keep that up because I can get rusty pretty fast. So I have to kind of keep working on it every day.
Now, do you have a guitar in your hand at some point every day, or do you take breaks from the guitar?
Normally I do every single day, but there every once in a while there'll be breaks where I'll take a day off, and every once in a while I'll take a week off or something if I'm on a vacation or just trying to get away from it. But as a general rule, I play every day.
Now that I have you on the line, I definitely have to bring up Avia Musicom, of course. I mean, that record became a landmark for so many players out there. When you were making it, did you have any sense of how big an impact it would have had? That it would have?
No, I didn't. I At the time I had an opportunity to make a. It was the first time that I had a chance to make a nationally released record um, in any way I wanted to do it. Like the sky's the limit, and I had total freedom, and I just felt some gravity with that responsibility. So I just really pushed myself to do the very best I could. Um, and that it was really just that, and I was. So when I finished it, I thought, well, I did the absolute best I could, and but I had no idea what necessarily it would, how it would be received or anything.
Well, it certainly grew wings and have taken off into infinity, basically. I mean, that album is just unbelievable. And of course, Cliffs of Dover, I mean, that song is practically a rite of passage for guitarists. Uh, what was maybe going through your mind or going on around you in your life at that time when you first wrote it?
Well, I wrote that song a few years before Obvious Musicom. In fact, we almost put it on the Tones record, but
hmm
ended not doing that. But that song kind of wrote itself. It kind of came to me really, really fast, and it did have a few years, as far as the little nuances and little, filler melodies and stuff. But the general song just kind of came out of the, just kind of dropped in my lap, really, and it was just one of those serendipitous things. But yeah, and I always kind of enjoyed playing it, and but I didn't have any idea that would, people would relate to it. I didn't know for sure. It's just one of the songs on the record.
Now, I have to ask you, I'm not a guitar player of any means or anything, and there's a lot of people out there that although, we come to your shows and enjoy your guitar playing, we really don't know what's going on. When you go on stage and you play these songs that you have played hundreds, probably thousands of times in your career, are are there mistakes going on? Because as a non-guitarist, it sounds perfect every single time,
Oh,
every note and everything.
oh,
So I've always wondered if there were things going on that maybe we don't even know of because we're not that technical with what you're doing.
oh, absolutely. No, I guarantee you there are plenty of mistakes. Yeah, no, I've never was. I mean, I kind of go for trying to do the most precision job I can, but having said that, I'm far from. There's a lot of players that are much more consistent than me, but I try to do try to go for it, try to play it right.
I
But
mean,
then sometimes it's improvising. You
yeah.
purposely change it.
Yeah, you're going up there to play the song as it was written, I imagine, but at the same time, you're probably not going note for note for note as you did from day one, you know? Are you stacking
Right.
things in there and layering it a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, and it's really to the benefit of myself and the audience because if I for to your point about these songs I've played for thousands of times, if I play them note for note, I'm not gonna have the same intention or zest to play them as I might if I change little things here and there. Don't lose the song, don't make it to where it's so disguised it's unrecognizable, but maybe just throw little you know, motifs in there that are different. It makes it more fun for me, which will, translate to the audience. They'll see that I'm having more fun. They might have more fun. If they see me up there like going to sleep or lying down on the floor face down, they'll probably want to go home.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and it gives it more feel, and it's not so robotic because you're doing note for note.
Right. Yeah, right.
Now you're known for being, very meticulous in the studio. How do you balance that perfectionism with the need for spontaneity and feel?
Well, that's a good question, and I'm kind of adjust that over the years. I'm kind of letting go of some of that perfectionism because I don't think it's all it's stacked up to be. Because as you say, you pay a high price for it. So I think there's a time and a place to work on being technically the best you can be, and then there's a place to go beyond that doorway and just let it happen.
Now, you've been releasing music for decades now, and you're still exploring new ideas. What keeps you inspired to keep pushing forward?
I think it's just listening to different styles of music and then trying different ideas or different uh, musical things on the guitar, that normally I wouldn't do. And if I try them because I heard it somewhere on another instrument or another style of music, and then they go, oh, then, you're looking for that spark, you're trying
Hmm.
to create a spark by which you can light a fire. And, um, it's necessary. So you have to sometimes go exploring or jamming or improvising to see if you can implement something that's a little bit out of your wheelhouse,
Hmm.
because I think that's what keeps you, liquid in the whole thing rather than congealing into something that you're done in the past.
Hmm. Now, before we finally wrap up, you were talking at the top of this interview about new material coming out. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, I have a 6-song EP that I just finished. It was really an exercise in like some blues rock things, kind of what I grew up playing and learned to play as a kid. And so I made this 6-song EP that kind of has mostly that effect to it. So that'll come out in the fall. And I'm also working on another studio record that I've got 4 or 5 tracks cut for. So I want to, maybe cut 9 or 10 tracks for that. But this EP will be out this fall.
Okay, great. And will people be able to go to Eric I'm
Clapton.
so sorry. Eric
It's
Johnson.
only
Eric
no, it's
Johnson.
only well, yeah, they could, but they won't find it. They got to go to Eric Clapton's site, and there'll be a link, and it'll take you over to yeah, yeah,
EricJohnson.com. For
they'll,
some reason, Robert Johnson popped into my head, which is a compliment right there,
oh man, yeah, no, I wish, yeah, I wish. No, they could. I think they'll be able to buy it on there, or they can go to any kind of electronic site, and then we'll be selling it on the merch stuff when we're on tour as well. So hopefully it'll be available in a multitude of ways.
All right, awesome. Well, I better get off of here before I get into more trouble. And let's remind everyone to please visit ericjohnson.com for anything Eric Johnson. Tour dates, there's music videos on there, your bio's on there. I mean, anything everybody wants to know about you, it's on there. And again, the Texaphonic Tour 2026, all across America, but it's coming Thursday, April 23rd to the House of Blues, right here in the heart of downtown Dallas. Eric, thank you so much again for talking with me.
My pleasure, Bill. Thanks for having me.
And we'll definitely see you at the show. And the last time we talked, we did a giveaway. We brought a guitar, you signed it, and we gave it away to a lucky fan. Do you think we can do that again this time?
Absolutely.
All right.
Most certainly.
Sounds great. Yeah. Safe travels on the road for you, man.
All right, Bill. Thanks, man. All right. See you there.
All right, buddy. Cheers.
Okay. All right. Sure. Bye.
Bye-bye.